How's it going? We're back again with some more machining. I thought it was pretty fun last time, so thought I'd jump on, see how many we can get done. Full send. At some point I'd like to do that. Yeah, still got a bunch to go. We'll get through a couple of the stock. Wait for some people to get here. How's it going, Zwick and Chad? Haven't done any since. I thought I would leave some for right now, because yeah, thought some people would have missed the stream. It was during the week, so I thought I'd wait until the weekend and do some work on the weekend. How's it going, Vishnu? Good. Yeah, should be fun. We had a good time last time. Answer some questions. Sure, some people may not show up again, but hopefully they do. All right. Well, let's get started because we got lots to do. I just ran one to make sure everything's working. Running at full speed. The sound should be a little bit better. I realized I had the mic on the internal camera last time, but yeah. So hopefully less high pitch making through, but I think I need to set up some filters on here. Hey, Mike. Thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, Sridhar. I haven't stopped doing electronics projects. They're just kind of on hold. I'm working on a couple, so they're coming soon. Yeah, I enjoy them too because they're more things that my viewers can do as well. So I have a cool one coming out. VL Cento, I don't know. Hope I didn't say that wrong. Hello again. Hey, Alexander. Yeah, definitely will be more electronics. I actually do have like 4 or 5 electronics projects I just haven't done videos for. Yeah, they should ship to India, no problem. Um, it should ship anywhere in the world that doesn't have any restrictions from Canada, which there aren't many. The machine's still working. Hopefully we'll get through this remaining stock. Probably won't get through it today because there's still a couple of hours. I'll stream for a few hours. We'll get through maybe half of it. I've got 1 bar in there and then 7 more to go. I just have to take this little nub off. I got a manual focus lens on here. This little nub. I have to take that off, so I might do a video showing maybe 3 or 4 different methods of doing that just for fun. Right now I've got like a grinder set up where I can just feed this in, it automatically stops. But I was thinking it might be kind of cool to shear it off with like a pneumatic thing and then maybe make a jig in the mill, because just to show a couple different methods of removing that. I probably won't make a thing to put it back in the CNC machine. That would just be probably too much work. Got to get into the rhythm again. These are coming out. I should probably check these, make sure everything's still working. The way it should be, at least. Yeah, we're good. Have a nice end on there. The how well does it work? The tool changer works perfectly. Um, absolutely necessary as well. Yeah, a few interesting electronics projects. I'm working on an interesting flashlight idea I had that I know doesn't sound interesting, but it's different than other flashlights out there. A few others. I talked about one on the stream last time, like making something that whenever I do something a bunch of times, like solder a little board or something, then I kind of want to make an easier method for that. So that's usually like making a different custom PCB, so I don't have to do that every time. That's something I'm coming out with. We're running an 8-axis mill turn. Cool. What kind of parts are you making on that? I'm gonna make a long tube with caps on the end. I could do that. What would that be for, Chad? Yeah, it's just like making sure I had the thing set up properly. But yeah, not looking for any wear or anything. About these tools would ever wear with it. Being so light on the cuff as well. I haven't done any optimization since last time. I just kind of left it, just because I'm trying to get through this run without, I don't know, messing something up. I have to make a wash down thing for this big time. The chips are just everywhere. That'll probably be next on the to-do list. I'm going to be using this a lot. And 3/4 piece. That's cool. On this machine, it's 6,000 RPM. Yeah, I should maybe in a bit I could set up the camera looking at this display and showing like the spindle load and stuff because there isn't any on this part. You can watch the G code being processed. Um, I'm not sure about the differences between the DMG and the CP, but I think they're different companies and different machines. I don't know. Maybe someone here can chime in. There's always a lot of knowledgeable people on chat, which is pretty cool. No, I'm still running it around 2,000 RPMs. The reason is that I still don't have it properly set up on. I need to make some proper feet for it. It only had 3 of the feet. Um, so in some of the RPM ranges, it gets a little shaky. Like nothing scary, just I'd like to have it properly leveled before I go up that high. But it doesn't actually sound too bad. I can spin it up manually in between one of the parts. You can see what it sounds like. I'll do that after this one. So if you spin it up, that's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. As you can see, it vibrates a bit. It needs to be properly leveled. I don't think it's the spindle. I don't think there's anything wrong with the spindle. I just think the things that I have it on are great. You gotta reset that. So what's everyone up to today on this Sunday, or depending on where you are in the world, maybe Monday morning? Yeah, it's just strange that, so yeah, Germany, Japan, but it's funny they both have the Mori in the same name. Okay. Hate everyone from Sweden. Cool. What'd you have for dinner? Trying to figure out a new CO2 laser? Are you trying to figure out like the size or what you need, kind of specs you need or something? Continuing to learn Blender? Gotta get past that procrastination. What are you trying to learn in it? I always load it up every so often and then don't end up doing anything. Same with Unreal Engine. I've got a project I'm trying to do on it, but every time I load it up, it takes forever to open all the shaders, and then I just like end up doing something else. Just doing some CAD work. Hobby stuff or work related? You got in the garage. Cool. Yeah, Lightburn's pretty awesome. It took me a while to get Lightburn on my small laser I have around back there, but I had to change the circuit board out of it. And so I was using Lightburn to like make the DXFs or modify them, and then I'd have to transfer them into like some program. Can't remember what it's called, but it's definitely way nicer having Lightburn just work with the machine now. Don't know what halloumi is, but I'm sure it's delicious. Material, what am I cutting? I'm cutting brass, if that's what you're asking. Thing. No, I haven't tried any of the CAN cycles. I haven't really delved into that section of the manual yet. Yeah, that's something I need to look into. Like, what's a good situation where I would be using CAN cycles? Is it like something where I can quickly program like by hand if I needed to just do, say, like a diameter in a hole or something like that? Or is it like something I'd implement into my programs, like even with Fusion 360? How did I find the machine? Like I just found it online as like a sale, but when I went to go look at it, they had it in a unair conditioned dirt floor barn. See if I can get the photo up here. I'll find it in a little bit. Each, in my terribly unoptimized program, they take 2 minutes 50 seconds. And then as I go like this, I open the chuck up, pull it out, close it, press start. So it's about 3 minutes to do one. Oh, cool. Working on your finals project. Nice. Good luck with that. AL20? What kind of machine is that? Typically look it up. I can check it out on my phone. Losing parameters is something with the memory or something. I'm not cutting grass, I'm cutting brass. I could. I'm thinking about doing some type of text or something on the spinners. I haven't decided yet because I haven't figured that out. I don't. To do like a custom engraving thing would take forever on the machines I have. So I don't think I'll be doing that. But if I can figure it out, I'll do something. I see. Yeah, I haven't worried about the program size yet. I haven't done anything crazy. Oh, thanks for the super chat. That's See if my notifications work. Are they not working? Oh, there it goes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I need to figure out how to get it to stay in this section here, but I'll do that later. Thanks, David. That's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't worried about the memory of the program size yet, but maybe at some point. Am I still a Toyota? I never was at Toyota. I did like a year and a half at Honda for a co-op. That was pretty fun. That was quite a while ago in Ohio. Rigid tapping. Okay. So I would put that maybe into my post processor or something, or yeah, I'd have to look into that. Yeah, I imagine the CAN cycles will be easier for simple parts, and I don't have to like load up Fusion, design the part or anything, then just like call the CAN cycle. Let's see. The spinner, like the taxes in Canada, so if someone buys it in Canada, then if you're just asking like what, like sales tax, if someone buys it in Canada, they get charged sales tax because I get charged sales tax. But if someone's outside of Canada, then they don't get charged tax because I don't get charged that tax. It's all done through like the shopping website, so it's just easier if it's done that way. Um, but if you're just talking about like general income, that's more of a complicated discussion for Canadian taxes. But it's not. I mean, being a small business owner, like you do pay quite a bit of taxes, but it's not too bad. Okay, cool. So you can just type the M code out for a CAN cycle in the manual data. Okay. Yeah, that's something I should look into then. If I'm just like, I need this part real quick, instead of doing it on the manual lathe or something. If I've got the stock that fits in. Cool. Making a game ready asset. Hmm. Haven't opened Blender since. Yeah, that's tricky. If you're trying to, if you like lay out your goals and small tasks that you have to get through, that might help out. I don't know. I'm kind of terrible at doing that stuff myself. Procrastination is challenging. Oh, it's very similar. Cool. Yeah, no, well, just myself, breathing down my own neck. Thanks, Autodidact. Appreciate it. I am just manually transferring my G code in through a through serial, through RS-232 adapter on my laptop when I do it. I think could be cool to make a little like wireless ESP32 device or something that I can just transfer stuff to. But I'm not doing any drip feed yet. Um, there's no need really. These programs are small enough. Maybe at some point if I'm doing something complicated. Um, but we'll see. It was losing the last few lines, but that stopped happening when I removed the line numbers. So Yeah, everything seemed to just work better when the line numbers weren't there. For a modern, well, even this machine, we were talking about it last time, you could safely say that you could get it down to 1 minute, under 1 minute apart, so 3 times faster, and that's probably similar to a modern machine, except if you had a more complicated machine that could hold the part when parting it off, you could probably do that last parting process and not have any post-processing on it. The post-processor I'm using is for like the nuke system, but like I modified it heavily so that it would work the way I wanted it to. It wasn't like for this machine, it's just like a generic nuke post-processor. Um, so if I was just to run that, I don't think it would do the little M code things, but I'm not sure. So you're just talking like income, it'd probably be between 20 and $30. If like, I mean, tax rates go kind of different. The more money you make, the more they take away, which is typical of, I think, a lot of places. Hey, Electro Noobs, how's it going? Yeah, it's a pretty awesome machine. Thanks for coming by. If you think of anything you need cut on it, let me know. This machine was made in 84-ish. I'd say it's 40 years old, sometime around there. I can't remember, 84, 85. But yeah, modern machines, they're not necessarily better. The thing that's better with them is like the user interface and the usability and stuff like that. These, but like the metal on these is quite amazing still. Um, there's no problems there. So it's really you're just, if you could upgrade it with more modern stuff, or you know, 2-axis lathe, most of them are going to be pretty similar. Yeah, I can, apparently you can drift feed it through the serial port, but I haven't tried. Um, yeah, there's just like random things in the, there's just like random things, like I tried, what was it? I think like you know, different commands just aren't in the system, which are like common commands. I think there's one that like was just throwing an error, like a G18 or something, just trying to define the axis. Um, when I had that in the program, it would just get hung up on G18. I don't know what I was doing, so I just removed it because it doesn't matter, because there's only 2 axes anyways. It never switches to like XY coordinate system. It's always XZ. Yeah, I'll have to try out drift feeding just for fun. I'm still, you know, exploring what I'll need it for, or what's the best method of doing things. So, oh, UAA has no income tax. Cool. I see. M19. Yeah, I'll try that out. Probably not. Probably not well on stream, but it's hard for me to focus on stream and machining, so if I was trying to mess with it, I might mess something up. Hey Marcus, what kind of CNC do you want to build? I appreciate it. I'm going to keep making more videos. Yeah, you converted to Linux CNC. I done with that. Let me just collect these. I haven't done any changes from the last stream, if anyone was wondering who was here last time. So some suggestions were to make a parts catcher, which would be nice, and also a bar puller. Didn't do either of those in the meantime. Advance the conveyor. Start doing this more often so I don't have to dig them out of as many chips. I'll move the tool out of the way. Grab some new stock. Put the tool back. Pull the stock up to it. And start the process over again. Go back to memory. And we're cutting again. Yeah, so where was I? What was I talking about? Yeah, so the old Cortini I was running on JFCNC on the Raspberry Pi, which is just like a browser-based one. It was just like a simple one to get going. It's kind of strange, like trying to run it from a browser though. It's like, I don't know, disconnect from the machine. It would be nice to convert that one and still be able to use the CRT on it. But yeah. Yeah, I have no shortage of cutting my hands on things or hitting my hands on stuff. so I don't think that'll be a problem. Yeah, thankfully it hasn't done any sudden movements without me touching anything. But staying away from the spindle most times is a good idea. When you see the tool post moving, the rapid, that's the fastest speed it can go. It's on 100%. So after this project, yeah, that would be interesting. But after this project, I'll probably work on the, thinking of doing like this flashlight project idea that I had. That will be like an interesting take on a flashlight. Yeah, I really like this interface as well. It's just got enough information to be useful. The ones prior to it had even less, just had like 7-second displays, and then ones before that I don't think had any display on them, just like some LEDs telling you what it was doing. Forgot to post if anyone is in the Discord. Actually, I'll just post. Someone wants to post the link. Keep forgetting to post on Twitter and stuff. I do have an old CNC mill, but it's small. It's like a tabletop one. It's the same age as this. When will I get a big one? If I can find one that's in this size for a reasonable price, it's not impossible that I'll pick one up, and it's easy to move and everything, and isn't totally destroyed or worn out. Oh yeah, I agree. I have Octoprint on both of mine, but something about a tiny 3D printer versus like a big CNC that can destroy itself just feels weird. You kind of want to be like directly connected to it. You know, you send the commands through a browser to the CNC. There's just like disconnect where instead of using like a dial that's right in front of you. That's the link. Yeah, fleece is just made out of plastic bottles. Fleece sweatshirts. I'm not sure what I guess fleece would be PET, then I guess as well. Just the consumer name for it. Oh yeah, polyester. Yeah, you definitely need physical buttons. I mean, it's the same for anything. I hate touchscreens in cars. It's just like, there's some things just like you need a true tactile feedback and like an instantaneous response. That's cool, yeah. definitely starting small is a good way to do it, and you can figure out the limitations of the machine. But you just 2 by 3 meters doesn't sound too small to me though. I think we were talking about it last time I was streaming. I can't remember. That was someone else. Yeah, definitely e-stop. The machine itself has an e-stop, but then because it's running through Linux and it doesn't, like, I don't think I had it connected to the system, so when you press it, uh, the commands would still send, but the motors would lose power. So it was basically a e-stop that would only stop the machine, but not the program. Foxy Brown, you started on a machine like this? Cool. Are you still a machinist? No, I was looking for the link to my screen. Simple things are hard to do on stream sometimes. Yeah, it's cool. There are some people that would have those. They take the plastic bottles and they feed them in, and then they feed them through an extruder, and they make filament with them. It's a cool project. That's something I'd like to do at some point. And you can make a 3D printed object from a bunch of bottles. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, just fake it on the screen. Do everything you can to make fake tactile feedback, but make sure you don't ever actually use something with real tactile feedback. Oh, you run a small shop? Cool. Do you enjoy it? Yeah, you have those. You have those like recycling bottle machines. Is that what you're talking about, or even just like the system in general? More spinners from my video, John. If anyone here is not in the Discord, definitely join. We're having some good discussions on Discord lately. Lots of interesting people have been joining. So we are doing another live stream from inside the machine. Come check it out. Yeah, it'll be fun. There's a link right here. Point of it is that it's like a great way to talk to different people and join different channels, different companies, and I don't know, people will have their own Discord channels where like it's a small little community. Some are very specific, some are kind of just like general, I don't know, talk about things. How many have I done? Today, only about 15. Um, but I guess, how many? How many is left? About 130, I think I've done. What cooler am I using? I don't know the brand or the name offhand. Let me go look. Just using a generic cutting oil from a company called Klondike, which is like I think a local, not a local company, but Canadian company. The spinners, uh, Yeah, John, the spinners are just a little thing I did for the last video. It's just anyone can buy one. They're just like a little um, relic, I guess. And instead of just having people donate, you can buy a spinner instead. But the prices increase as they get sold. So it's in the $16 tier right now. It started at $1. So there's 10 times the price of ones available. So after 160 $16 ones sell, then there'll be 320 $32 ones, which I don't think anyone will buy. I don't think even the $16 ones will sell out. So the idea is that I don't have to machine them forever, but it's a fun little thing if you feel like getting one, supporting the channel, then it's a fun way to do so. So what's up, Squirrels Inc? How's it going? I would build, I think I'd build a Wally. Um, Lots of people have done R2D2s. Johnny 5, not as connected to. I think Wally would be the one. Or like, um, or why is it different than Telegram and WhatsApp? Well, you don't have to be, you can just join the Discord and then you're just part of it. Like anyone can, it's just a public thing. There's no invite unless you're trying to get into a private channel. It's just also a really good system for connecting with people, just the way it works. I don't know. Popular because it's popular. I use Fusion 360, and that's what I do my CAD and CAM work in. And yeah, I'll play the simulation in Fusion, see how that works to make sure everything's right, and then you'll run like a dry run in the machine where you'll run it far away from everything. So if the chuck is here, you'll run the cutting operation way over here so that you limit the chances of a crash actually happening. And it's just like standard practice to run your operation away from everything a few times, and then cautiously run it near it when it's ready, when you think it's ready at least. Billiard playing robot? That could be fun. I would need to get a billiards table to test it out. That would be the hardest part, I think. These are bows. Um, the reason why I'm wearing them is because they have the microphone in them. Otherwise, I would have like a microphone set up. So I don't know if they're definitely not as good as like perfectly like, you know, ones made for high volume situations. They probably wouldn't work as well there, but they work okay at sound deadening this a little bit. The high pitches still get through. You can probably hear them in the video as well. But I can work around this machine without like earplugs or anything. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, we'll keep machining for a little bit, but I appreciate it. Oh yeah, mini table. Yeah, that's a good idea. You could just get a mini table. Um, yeah, I mean that would be fun. It'd be fun to be able to do it without like an overhead camera, just like strictly human vision perspective. I'm not running any noise suppression at all. Why, does it sound okay? This is audio directly from these headsets. Um, I was gonna try and run a filter on it or something, but just forgot. I was trying it last minute. I didn't want to mess something up. What's up, smiley face? Which operations did you want to see, Avito? If it's like Fusion or something, I wouldn't be able to do it on this screen because I'm just on my laptop and my laptop's not great. But if you're thinking in the future, yeah, that's something I could do for sure. Maybe we could do like a live stream from making it on the computer to sending it to here, cutting it out on the machine. That could be pretty fun. By the way, if anyone here still wants one of these spinners, you can see the link in the screen there or down below in the description. Um, yeah. Yeah, with Cam, you just kind of, you can play around with it, try and make like a simple part and then make some generic tools and just see what it does. Thanks, Smiley Face. I really appreciate you coming by for however long you can stick around. That's great. Um, have a good day, or evening, or morning, depending on where you are. I am sort of self-taught. I've done a bit of, didn't really have like real CNC courses, but I do have a engineering degree. But things like electronics and all that, that was self-taught. We had very simple machining classes, and it like kind of was just manufacturing in general. So we did a little bit of CNC, we did a little bit of 3D printing, um, and then yeah, that was basically it. I'm not sure. I don't. The name name doesn't look familiar. The YouTuber or? Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'll check them out. Awesome, Kim. Thanks. I appreciate it. I should start shipping them probably next week. It depends. I may do one more process on them. I might thinking about seeing if I can get them engraved, um, the laser, but no promises. But that's something I'd like to do. I was looking into those like tabletop fiber lasers, the like 50-watt lasers that could engrave the brass, but it's still pretty expensive. So I don't have a lot of use for one, so I don't think I'd buy one. But I might have a friend that has one that I could maybe use. Down another piece. Pull these out. Ten. Moving the chip conveyor over. You just can't see that. No, you can't see that on there. Yeah, I think it needs to be, well, I have a laser that could probably mark brass, but it would be slow, so it would take a really long time. I have an 80-watt, like the typical, like generic lasers that you see with like a 15 by 22 inch bed or something like that. It could do it, but it'd be really slow. What I was thinking is the ones like the 50-watt fiber ones with the galvo that are meant for marking metal and stuff. Um, that's kind of what I was thinking. So I could quickly put put some markings on it. And also, I think trying to engrave metal on one of those ones can be damaging to like the lenses and stuff. I'm not sure, but I think they get like can be reflected back. So those like really quick galvo fiber ones are pretty neat, but surprisingly not affordable yet. Yeah, what do you have to do to it still, John? So once I'm done all these stock, I still have this offcut, which I can get one more out of it. The reason why I haven't tried it yet is that, so I mean, there's still quite a bit of room. The reason why I haven't tried it yet is I'll have to just be careful of supporting this in the chuck, because it's not going to have much, and then having enough room to part it off. So I'll have 20 of these 20 more left after I've done all the stock. So I should get 11 out of the 12-inch bar stock. Hey, Diverse Green. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe after I do these, maybe I'll do some optimizing after I do the 200. I was kind of thinking about that. And seeing if I can improve the speed, but after I know I've made these ones and I don't change them or mess them up too much. Thanks for the support. Yeah, you never know. You're probably getting one from the stream, but it would be just in a bin right now. I do need a bar puller. That was a hot topic last time. We were talking about different ways. And then the conclusion was just to build one that just presses onto the end, sits in the tool changer, and it presses onto the end, and then just has enough friction to be able to pull it out, and then you clamp again and pop it off the end. And they're apparently pretty easy to make, so. Didn't have time between the last stream and now to do that. Then I would have had to modify the program, etc. But definitely do need one. It'd make things a lot easier. But then the stream wouldn't be as fun, because I would just be standing here for 30 minutes instead of every 3 minutes changing it over. Cool, it's definitely looking a little bit more brown. I'm going to have to do another change, I think. And like I said, I need to make a tool adapter where I can attach like a washdown hose, because I really need to wash all the chips off. So saying before, I have to post-process these. I have to take this little nub off the end. And I was thinking of making a video that shows maybe 3 or 4 different processes to do that. That could be kind of fun. Because my current plan now is to use my grinder to just push them in through a jig and grind it off. But if I try some other things like shearing it off with like a sharp chisel or something. Yeah, shipping is annoying, but fortunately it's another company that needs to operate. What coolant am I using? It is just a generic like cut anything cutting fluid by a company called Kodiak. Um, yeah, so nothing special. If you want, I can grab the jug. Ah, it's Klondike. Not light. I think it's just a general purpose cutting fluid right now. I got a lot of good information on the Discord last time on things I should check on the machine. Places to look for sludge in the whey oil system. Surprisingly, mine actually looks really clean. Um, so that's looking like it might be okay. But I took the cover off to check out the little lines, which was funny because I thought they were actually copper, but they're just like slightly brown clear tubes. It wasn't until I took that cover off that I realized that. So I have to check a few things, but looks like the system is working okay. Electronoobs. Yeah, so I don't know if I'd be able to make the parts inside that. They're probably like multi-axis machined. Um, yeah, like I think you'd need a 5-axis to do the fins on them. I would love to try and make one. I don't know how well it would go. And are they just running like standard steel, or are they using like more expensive, um, yeah, I don't know, alloys or something? I think they're so expensive because the precision and the tolerances are really tight. But I do love those. I want to pick a couple up and just do something with them. Charles, yeah, no problem. You could see how it'd be distracting, and it was unnecessary to go for 3 hours. Jam, yeah. Yeah, I know James, the hacksmith. Um, we text and hang out sometimes. So he's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, I have seen the Wazer. The same thing. Looks super useful. I was checking them out a long time ago, and so yeah, I thought about getting one, but it would have just been more for fun. I didn't have a use case for it just yet. Um, I'm sure I would find plenty of them if I had it, but they're really cool. And I like that it's contained. It's just on like a normal giant water jet. You need a huge area for it. And if you're just getting like, you can't get a small one. The Wazer is like the only small one out there. And it's kind of nice. You don't need as much like cutting media and stuff to run it. Yeah, but extremely useful. I don't think it's very fast, but that depends on what you need it for. Inox, steel, and aluminum. Yeah, like I don't think I'd be able to do it on this. I do have a friend with some crazy CNCs, but they're always occupied. I paid 6,000 Canadian for this machine, and $1,000 to move it, and yeah, I got a ton of tooling and basically got that cost in tooling alone, and like a nice chuck, collet chuck set and everything. So I'm pretty happy with the purchase. We'll see. Everything seems to be working, but we'll see if anything pops up. I also purchased a spare power supply when I thought this one was broken, but it ended up working again. Right here. So I thought the power supply was going in. I actually found one locally, so I just decided that'd be good to have on hand because it was being weird one of the days, and that issue never came back, so it'll eventually probably die, and I'll be ready. Yeah, some people are using Discord as like there's a new forum option to put articles and posts, which is good because a lot of stuff gets lost in conversations. So it's nice to be able to keep them. Um, there's this era of internet where things are posted on Twitter or different places, so they don't really get archived the same way forums used to get archived. And and yeah, it's, we need to start thinking about that because things may just get lost if they're just random posts on an app that no longer works. Check the heavy solder joint. So what it was doing was it was working one day. This was weeks ago, and it hasn't been the issue ever since. But it was just one day. The 24-volt line was reporting 21 volts. So there's a cutoff, and there was no shorts or anything. I mean, then I could see. It also wouldn't have read like 21. But you'd press the start button, the power button, and it would power on. It would detect the low voltage on the 24-volt line, and it would power off because 21's too low for it. So I picked up the power supply, and then I went to go put it in, and then it actually started reporting 24 volts again. So I'm wondering if it's that, like bad capacitor or something. But yeah, that's something I could check now that I have the spare. If I ever have to take it out, I'll be able to keep one going at all times, probably. I mean, you can buy reconditioned ones. I'm sure they just check for whatever common faults they have and probably replace a couple of the capacitors. Top 10 best YouTube videos. Wow, that's pretty high praise. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had fun making that one for sure. Oh yeah, John, 24 DC. So this power supply converts. So there's obviously a bunch of different systems in here. So there's the motors that require a certain voltage, and then the spindle requires AC. And then there's this, which requires some things, I think 24, some things 5 volts. So that power supply is the AC to DC converter. So it's got 24 DC and 5 DC outputs on it. And then there's like a little module that checks those voltages and allows it to stay on or not. Yeah, I would have to find the cold joint, but it's if that is the issue. But I think more likely it might be a worn-out component. Um, but I'll have to see. I mean, it could be like a cold solder joint on a resistor or something, but everything seems to be, I mean, there's a lot of them. It's not just going to be that straightforward. Here, I'll show you. So it's got quite a few components on it, but um, the soldering and everything, on at least on the one I had, looked really high quality, obviously, um, but you never know. So yeah, that's something I'll have to look for. Yeah, that was another thing with the Xbox, the red ring of doom or the red light of doom or whatever it was. But people were reflowing the chips by turning on the console and wrapping it in a towel, so the console would get so hot. Like this was like the things that people came up with. The console would get so hot that it would reflow the balls on one of the chips that would cause the red ring. I never did that fix myself. I actually had to like send it in, but it's kind of funny that just reflowing it. It's surprising that it worked that they just reflowed the cycle, because normally you have to add flux or something to get it to flow through the cycle. Otherwise, like the cycle isn't enough. But that's crazy. But yeah, I reflow my boards, my custom circuit boards, just in a regular toaster oven. I, I have a big industrial one, but it doesn't work very well. It's not even, and I'm going to do some tests with it. I'm going to try putting some black um, aluminum heat sinks inside of it, because it actually uses IR, which isn't great for the oven, because black parts heat up more than cold parts. I mean, green parts. And so, yeah, regular oven, you can just reflow circuit boards with it. The spindle bearings, I don't know when they were replaced. I haven't looked. I haven't looked to see if there's a maintenance thing, but I think there's some filtering going on in the headphones, and I don't run it at 6,000 RPMs yet. It's not fully sat on the floor properly with its proper feet, so it gets a little bit more vibration than I want. I think it is something. See, my concern is powering it up with a separate power supply, um, and it needing some weird function between the 5 volts and 12 volts, and like some weird relationship with them powering on. I'm sure it'd work fine, but it's kind of scary just connecting your own power supply to a big system like this. But like I said, it's been working, and it's about a 15-minute job to swap out the power supply. So if it happens again and I can pop that one in, and if the same issue is happening, then I know it's not the power supply. It's like 8 screw terminals, a couple of connectors, and a couple of screws. So now that I've got that spare, that's a good way to test. I have my own shirts. That's so I have basically that's all I wear now. But I was considering making some merch for something at some point that people can buy, but I haven't really been set on any like shirts and things that look nice. So these are okay, but I don't really like the pocket material, so I'm going to work on doing that. Would anyone be interested in like getting like shirts and sweaters or whatever? Because I'm thinking of doing like an interesting sweater that's yeah, I don't know. I like pocket shirts because I like carrying around pens and notebooks and stuff. The replacement was $400. I grabbed it just because it was out of convenience, but any of the well, I thought the machine was broken, so I picked it up. But there are like refurbished ones you can get in like Italy and stuff for like $1,100 US, and plus shipping and all this. So I thought it was a good one to have around because I can definitely, it's good to have a spare because I can definitely repair it myself, or at least attempt to replace the caps and all that, or check it out. So now that I've got one, the machine can basically stay running. What's the story behind it? We'll have to find out. It's not fully. We will have to see, I think. Still a work in development. I'm still trying to figure that out, I'd say. But an essential character to the story. I'd like to. It's kind of funny when I started it. I mean, it could technically be its own its own generative AI system now. Because when I started it, there weren't all these language models out there, but I could technically have it be a language model running on like a Raspberry Pi or something, and I don't even have to just be its own voice. We'll have to do a new shop tour of the shop because I changed some things around from my video from earlier. Um, I had my computers and things on this side of the shop where I have a project car and I have some metalworking over there. So I started doing some metalworking and immediately realized I didn't want my electronics and my computer next to that. So I built a room, which is behind the camera here, to have all that stuff. So I think that would be a good live stream to do a shop tour. I wouldn't say they only hang out with other geeks, but I think you definitely will hang around people that have similar interests. Otherwise, not easy for you to hang around with. Like if you don't have any similar interests, it'd be difficult to have a conversation. So there has to be like some sort of commonality. It's not necessary, but definitely a factor. Yeah, I was trying to think of some other things that I'd be able to live stream. I was saying before that it's challenging to try and do like creative work on a live stream. I might try, but like designing something or doing something in Fusion or KiCad can be really difficult with trying to interact and do the like creative side of it. So that's something I need to try out again. These spinners are just kind of a fun thing, but eventually like I can use my channel as sort of a promotion of the stuff that I do. And at some point I'd like to be like semi self-sufficient on just the channel and maybe selling some cool projects that I built. But I haven't really been focusing on that. I've just kind of going with the story and making videos, and some videos are a hit. And yeah, most of them have been. And most of the video projects do, they do at least make a little bit of money, or like net zero, which is good. But it's a slow build, and I enjoy doing it. Another one down. And one of these bars has like a ding in it that I need to file out. Just gets a little bit tight in the pallet truck. These ones out. was thinking of even building like a live stream cart. I'm on like a wheeling cart right now, but it's kind of stuck here, so it'd be cool to have one that I could just move around the shop if I decide to do more live streams, I guess. Got to count those ones. Oh, he draws on stream? Yeah, that would be difficult. I guess it depends if he's copying or not copying, but trying to draw something new. Can I make a gyroscope? Sort of. These sort of are gyroscopes. Yeah, the live streams. I was just saying, like something like this, it's fun because I would be doing this anyways, and then being able to interact with people that like my channel, definitely a plus. Um, but I wouldn't want to do the live streams if they were going to take away from me making videos. The videos are much more important to me, but definitely needs like a healthy balance. So any new people here, any lurkers, what are you working on today? If you want to post, let me know. Or if you're just hanging out. You don't have to be working on something. Abandoned renewable energy? Yeah, anything that's abandoned by the government. You can't really steal parts from it, and they would never account for those as like an inventory thing, so it's just basically garbage at that point. Really cool though. Would I build one or buy one? I'd probably buy one. I guess it would depend on it would depend on what I'm putting it in, if it needed to be a specific application, but there are quite a few cool drives out there. Yeah, I've got a friend working on some harmonic drives and encoders and stuff for some equipment he's building, and it's cool. Yeah. Come into some issues with them, but I think they're harmonic. I can't remember now. But yeah, really neat. You're coding for fun? Cool. What's what are you programming? This is like a scene from Doom movie. Yeah, this heavy machinery, definitely. No, I didn't. Optimus linear action. Oh, I see. Ah, yeah, that's clever. So they drive a, huh, drive an internal threaded roller, I guess it's called. That's pretty smart. Working on a MATLAB sim for a TVC rocket. Cool. Is it like a model rocket, or is it just like a simulation for a rocket? Or is it something they'll actually launch? Yeah, post it to Discord for sure. That sounds really cool. I've for years I've wanted to do some stuff to my house for like in the winter with yeah with LED strips and all that, but haven't found the time. Oh, cool. Awesome. Um, doing anything in particular, or just trying to make it course correct, or what's the plans? Ah, just check out your video, John. That's awesome. That looks really cool. It's on the Discord if anyone's interested. Let's see what he's talking about. Need to get like a chat bot in the chat that can interact with people. Not like chat bot, but a command bot. I think there's more coolant on stuff today. I don't know. Maybe the pumps blowing more because maybe some gunk was in it. And the camera's still good. Ten animations. I don't know if I'd do the whole house, but at least on the porch. Or have it, like, it could be fun to do something that reacts to online people. Yeah, that's definitely more than I'd be able to do. But really cool if you can get it to work. Do you play them, do you like play them on speakers so people can hear it and see it? Or is it like over some like internet thing? Or... That's cool. What kind of workshop is that? That's going to be awesome. Who's the king of geeks? I don't know. I think that would really depend on. That's definitely going to depend on the person, what they're into. One thing I wanted to do in my house was LED strips on the stairs, so that like they'll light three in front of you and three behind you as you're walking up. I Yeah, that's like a pretty cool modern thing, but it doesn't really fit too well with my house, but it still looks pretty cool. Cool, Luke. You can post a video on the chat or on the Discord if you want. Making your own space mouse? Awesome. 3-axis magnetometer. Um, how come you're making your own? Just for fun, or did you have like a specific use case that you didn't find in other ones? Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, I kind of like stuff like that. People kind of decorate their house a little bit. Yeah, I think I would just go warm white on the steps. I wouldn't do anything. I mean, unless I wanted to go like, wanted to like put red lights in panic mode, lock the house down. Checking out this RGB house. Wow, that's awesome. Really cool. That looks like a lot of work. What's the power draw on that whole system? 500. Wow. Cool. I've used one before, or tried to. I didn't like it, but then I realized there is a really, also I just been so accustomed to the mouse and for the way I work. But then I realized there is a really good use case for one, and here's an idea that someone could make. Um, just using a trackpad in like CAD software is awful. So I thought it'd be cool to just have like one mounted off to the side of a laptop. Maybe it's just like mounted on the edge and plugs directly into USB with no wire. And it's a small space mouse. I'm sure something like this exists, but maybe not. It's a small space mouse that's plugged right into USB on the side so you can rotate and move around so you don't have to use the trackpad, which is nearly impossible. It's awesome. We're talking about the LED system on the Discord. Crazy system. So I'll probably do one more bar after this one. And then I'll have 4 left, which is 2 hours. So I'll probably do that on my own time. Oh, this is the one with the dent in it. So probably another 40 minutes or so. Not augmented reality, but I've used VR headsets, just like an older Vive. It's okay. It's a little bit straining on my head and my eyes. That could be because it's an older one. So yeah, I tend to get a bit of a headache after some time. So it'd be interesting to see a real high quality system like Apple's, but I haven't done any AR stuff. It looks pretty cool. Don't think I'll be buying one for the price. Yeah, the Tilt 5. It's a really cool system. I'd love to get my hands on one. I just haven't. It's not something I've done yet. Yeah, I can definitely see some use cases for it. It's other than just having fun. But yeah, I haven't had my hands on it yet. Wow, John, that looks awesome. That's really cool. Is that is this like your shop? You don't have to give any details, but you don't want to. But that's the kind of work you do. that's a cool idea. I wanted to like have a system that like recognizes people, or if it's a new person, like asks who they are when they enter the thing, and like it sounds fun in theory, but really it'd just be freaking out for me, freaking out the delivery people, which could be kind of fun. But maybe if there's ever like someone coming in here that wasn't supposed to be in here, yeah, that'd be really cool. Kind of music, I'm all over the place with music. Really depends on what I'm doing. Yeah, it would definitely need like it wouldn't work on any new laptops. Only have like a single or two USB-C ports, so that's kind of out. But even if it's just a small one that you could just have, I don't know how you do it, but I could definitely see it being useful. Hey, bonk bonk. I appreciate it. Do I ever use other CAD apps? You're a fan of Libre Design Pro? I'm not sure about that. I haven't heard of that one. No, well, I kind of stuck. So basically, I originally learned CATIA and was like really proficient in CATIA, but that was while I was in school. And then I did, like I said, I worked at Honda, and I was able to get my co-op there because they didn't have to train me. I basically just knew how to use CATIA because that's what they primarily use. I think they only use. But so I use Fusion 360 now. I don't totally agree with their like business practices currently, like, removing features and like kicking people off, and basically non-commercial users are losing out after trying to bring them in. So there's that. I thought about maybe trying out Onshape. I think that's the other one. That's the browser-based one, just to see what's there. But basically, I tend to stick with what I use just so I don't have to like lose time learning something new. But check out that Libre design though. You know that, right? I'm glad I stopped using CATIA, even though it's so powerful, but the licenses are extremely expensive. 8,000 square foot warehouse. That's awesome. Really cool, man. It looks like an awesome space. What's my ChatGPT experience? Pretty good. Uh, Sometimes it makes me question what creativity is going to be like in the next couple of years, and but it's not going to be manufacturing complete cool projects and videos fully, at least for now. So I'm safe in that regard. But yeah, interesting world we're going to be in. But I think it's pretty fun. It can definitely be useful. It's a tool. Above all things, it's a tool. It's not just going to give you perfect results. I know plenty of people that didn't know anything about programming, but were like really good hardware builders and have been using it to like hone in on their software skills, which is awesome. You know, like learning how to use an Arduino and stuff like that. So it's really great for that kind of stuff. And one of the cool things is that I find I learned, like one of the ways I always learned how to program was to like take someone's program and remove or add things and see how it affects the system so that I can like, that's just the way I learn. And what's interesting is like trying to make an Android app where I'd never done that before. And I was using ChatGPT and I had this idea for years, but I just never jumped into it because I was kind of stuck on like just the basic learning thing. And I built this app in like an afternoon after sitting on it for years, and it was pretty incredible. Like I don't know how to just make them up like on my own, but I was able to follow the steps, and now I have like a general understanding of where to start. And it's different from just going to Stack Overflow and then like reading, you know, how to do something. It's actually doing the thing, the specific task that you want to do. It's like combining multiple threads of information into one. So, pretty positive, kind of scary in some situations, and can give you weird existential vibes, but we'll see how it goes. The Onshape's biggest strength is also biggest weakness. Yeah, that was my concern, was that it's solely browser based. So I guess it's doing all like the GPU rendering and stuff off server, which is kind of funny because like when I was like using Katia at Honda, that's how it worked. Everyone just like connected to a big supercomputer, and then it just sent you like it was just a VM that you would use, and it felt like a regular computer. The orbits and pans, yeah, cool. That sounds great. Um, I was trying to build something that was just kind of like an X, Y, and a button because I found these little joystick things that are kind of neat, but joystick encoders, but never went anywhere. I have it sitting in a drawer somewhere. I thought it'd be fun to use it as an input for like Kerbal space program, um, but never got around to it. Yeah, I often forget to eat when I'm working on something like a snack, but I'm sure it happens to lots of different professions as well. Oh yeah, Creo. I've never used it, but I've definitely heard of it. Yeah, the language models are definitely going to get better, and the open source ones are going to take over because we all know OpenAI is very far from being open, which I think is silly for them to start off that way and then stop. Oh, did you? Better get on that. Yeah, Scott Manley is awesome. I'm not going to even attempt to do his accent. This monitor, it's perfect. Yeah, there's no burn-in. I'm amazed. No trouble reading it whatsoever. No dusting. But yeah. No, I don't have any experience. Well, experience with galvanic chemistry, just in, I don't know, my car is rusting apart and building lemon batteries. I don't know. Yeah, I'm always nice to them too. It's weird being rude to something that responds to you in such a humanistic way. So I just like, I'm incapable of being rude to people in general. So why would it be rude to a language model when it's nearly impossible to tell the difference in some cases? Let me just pull those ones out of here first. Yeah, it could have been replaced. I don't know. The machine is just, it's in such good condition. Things could have been replaced for sure. I don't know when, because I mean, there's a period when they switched over to like the LCD replacements, right? So this one's still the CRT. It just has the stop the program ends. Doesn't have a beacon, unfortunately. Too bad. It's hard to see from my little office there. Yeah, I could add one. Um, that's true. I can just tap off that if I wanted to, but the I don't know where I would get go the running signal from. I'm sure it's something I can look into. Kind of funny because now that I know a lot more of the ins and outs of the machine, like I could technically hook a USB port right up to the front instead of having it run to the side where the RS-52 is. port is. Yeah, just like thinking about stuff like that, but it's really how much do I want to do? How much is necessary? Favorite sci-fi movie? That's a tough call. Um, hmm. Really, I have a lot of trouble with naming favorite movies, but I like the Blade Runner series. Um, I can watch them over and over. I'm learning to do that a lot more too. Not just like not watching it because I've seen it before. But also, it's like really hard for me to come up with the top of my head like a favorite movie like that. What's everyone? What's everyone's favorite sci-fi movie, or any movie actually? Yeah, the original Matrix, so good. What's a classic? It was so mind blowing, especially at the time. Oh, her is amazing, and it's terrifying how someone could easily build that today. Voice and everything. Yeah, we make things to make things, right? I mean, a lot of people are motivated by building a business and money, of course, but rare exports? I've never heard of that. Huh. Always love a horror Christmas movie. Oh yeah, you're gonna build a little like talking device. I thought about doing something like that with the unnamed character in my videos, just having something around my neck um, that would like pick up on words and interject every so often. There's also this device called a person sensor. They, they sent me a couple of them. It's a little microcontroller. Well, it's a camera sensor built into a package that can detect up to 7 or 10 different faces. And that combined with something that can interact with like a language model that doesn't need a lot of processing power, I thought it would be interesting if it knew when you looked at the device, you could just have a microcontroller or a Pi or something. But because you don't need to be running a camera all the time, it could be on a low power device like an ESP32. And it just basically tells you that someone's looking at it. So you could determine when a face is looking at this little sensor, and then when it's looking at it, that's when it starts to read the language, or read your words, basically, over audio. And yeah, so where am I going with this? You could make a thing that uses a low-power microcontroller that can connect to some API that's talking to a language model using this person sensor, and it could all be like in combination with making like a little AI system that only will talk to you when you're looking at it, basically. The Silo, is that a show or a movie? Love getting I'm gonna download that Christmas movie, Rare Exports now. Silo, okay, it's TV series. Oh yeah, it's new, right? Ah, cool. Yeah, I've watched some pretty cool dystopian shows. I think that Tales from the Loop is really got a really cool vibe to it. It's like strange robotics and strange things going on. It's a pretty cool one, and like the artists who created the book, I guess, had like obviously helped create the show. Um, that's one I would recommend. Yeah, I watched Zach Friedman. Yeah, he's awesome. He makes really cool hardware that is like actually dedicated to finishing it and having it be useful. I think is anyone going to Open Sauce, the event in July? I'll be there. I'm doing like a small panel. Yeah, I studied engineering. Well, I did a Bachelor of Automotive Technology, and then um, I got my master's in mechanical engineering. Yeah, the personal AI thing is really cool. Like, I would love. I've been thinking about this a lot more. Um, things like when I have a small process, like say I'm programming a bunch, or putting a bootloader on a bunch of microcontrollers. I was thinking about this the other day because I was doing it. I'd like to be able to do like the whole Alexa thing, but just something a little bit smarter. To say like, now I'm going to be doing this, or saying something, and then what it does is it like locates the program on your computer, opens it up, or like gives you a list of things that you need that I don't have to think of. So it's like you need the programmer and like this cable and where they are. So it brings it up. So it just like takes that little extra step and keeps you a little bit more organized. But because it's like all, I was talking about this the other day, it's like because it's all kind of like fuzzy logic, you can have it do basically anything if you connect it to like the thermostat of your house or different systems. And you can like just say things like I'm cold instead of saying can you turn the temperature up to 23 degrees. You say like my feet are cold, and it turns on the heated floors if you have them instead of the furnace, right? Because it's able to interpret those things. You give it a list of things it has access to, and it can like interpret what you're saying and correlate it to some output. $5 million old supercomputer. What kind of computer is that? I haven't decided what I was going to bring with me, if anything. Um, the deadline is quickly running out. I thought maybe of just making something and maybe like putting out a video a week before and then bringing that thing. But, you know, again, time is of the essence. Yeah, it's definitely the future of, you know, Alexa and those types of things. Because they can be much more, unfortunately, aware of when you're addressing them. That thing looks pretty crazy. I have no idea what I'm looking at. What is that? Okay. Um, it's not related to Michael Vsauce. It is um, William Osman, YouTuber William Osman, is the creator of it, and some other YouTubers. And it's a whole bunch of makers slash YouTube people will be there doing panels and stuff. So it's going to be fun. A bunch of people I've never met before will be there. Hack Smith and Mark Rober's going to go. Yeah, lots of big people. Wow, that is cool. It's just like, yeah, it's free full. He'll be going. We're just looking at that supercomputer on the Discord. So what? It's just so confused. It looks super cool. Um, yeah, so it's not like there's just a bunch of GPUs or something in there. It's obviously like some specific piece of hardware. It's in the project share. Oh, the You're in ATL? Wait. Yeah, it's the event is in San Francisco. Yeah, I have a friend working on a decentralized AI project, and it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. I posted on my Twitter and Instagram a little while back. It was like a computer I helped build him. I helped him build. It was a Threadripper with four 4090s connected to it. It's one of the craziest machines I've seen in a while. And I like built the frame and the mounts and stuff for the GPUs and like set it up. We're almost getting to the end of this bar, and then I think we'll call the stream there. It was good. I think there's more of a turnout on during the week, which is surprising, but it says most of my viewers are on Sunday, but I don't know how accurate that is. Maybe I need to give a little more of a heads up. Oh yeah, that's not bad. No subscriptions. Cool. Stargate is your favorite? I haven't watched Stargate. I'm a huge fan of. I can't think of the name now. The other space show. Oh, The Expanse. Huge fan of The Expanse. What would I put on his rocket? I don't know. But yeah, he's trying to go for space. I haven't seen what he's been up to lately. Um, yeah, I've talked to him a few times. It'd be cool to do like a little, I don't know, some type of sensor or something, or yeah, or just put some fun up there. Yeah, I'm gonna love it. Okay, I'll have to download it. I'll have to stream it, is what I meant to say. So we're getting there. It's been a lot better than just doing it on my own. But like I said, 4 more bars. And the remaining offcuts. So yeah, this one's almost done. I think there's a couple more to cut out of it. And I'll have to come up with some other live stream ideas. Maybe when I'm doing the second process on these. Well, my main camera shut off, but maybe just overheated. There we go. Thanks, man. Just gotta keep going. One or two left on this. And I might go do some work on my house. Do some tiling. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming out. So a couple more to go. 1 or 2. I want to figure out a way to make the stream a little bit more unique. But still working on it. We're having fun things in the middle of it. God, that car is amazing. I love those. Those are so cool. Posted some pictures in the Discord. That's, that's the same one that Simone turned into a computer mouse, right? That's not really the kind of audience I want to attract. At least one more. In 73, yeah, I think the tech has been tech has improved a little bit on electric cars. I think you might be able to make it go a little bit faster than that. No animals in the shop. They're getting hurt. Metal chips everywhere. Chemicals. Wow, thanks. Thanks. You're welcome. I appreciate that so much. Takes us a few seconds. There it goes. Thanks again. I really appreciate the super chat. That's the last one there. Let's collect these. About to count them. That's probably 10. How much should I pay for this machine? 6,000 Canadian. Very happy with the purchase. Took a gamble finding it in a barn. Paid off. Sort of. Amazing tolerances, but I haven't done the actual measurements, but when it was new, pretty amazing. That's all I'm going to cut for today. There's definitely some sludge that needs to be cleaned out of the system. Chips everywhere. Yeah, it's a pretty great machine. I think I'm happy with it for sure. Even just getting it running was yeah. But often just moving them is one of the bigger expenses for machines like this, which is why like you can find even bigger machines for less. It does need an oil skimmer. Um, it's yeah, there's no oil skimmer in this one. Definitely needs one. Stuff kind of gets trapped in the conveyor belt as well. So um, I cleaned out the tank pretty good, but it still had some sludge in it, which was apparent. Um, and yeah, so yeah, someone else was saying an oil skimmer would be good, but also there's just like some old sludge still in it being kicked around, which is why the coolant's kind of brown now. So I got to do another clean, which will be a little bit cleaner this time because I've been running it. Before I cleaned it out and I wasn't really running it, I was just kind of like running the pump. So it needs a secondary clean now that I've actually done some stuff with it. I know, the front panel is so cool. It's it's such a classic look, and like the colors and everything. It's just like it's perfect. ATF as Waylu. Wow. Um, I haven't heard of that, but crazy you'd find paint in some. Yeah, I guess because there's like detergents and stuff in ATF, right? That, I guess it depends on what you use. I don't think I would use that though. But it is just a type of hydraulic fluid, right? So I think we're coming to an end there. So I'm done with cutting for today. Gotta clean these chips out. Gotta clean the machine out a little bit. And I didn't want to pay for backflow. Yeah. I mean, you pay for, as long as you know what you're doing, or you pay for a brand new machine. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it this way for as long as I can, because it's as long as if I don't need to replace it, I'm not going to. So I've got it working. I can transfer the programs over from my computer. So I just love this system. Um, greetings from Chile. Hello. You came in right at the end. We're done machining for today. Um, but we got, this wasn't all from today, but we're getting there. Works well in screw air compressors. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have one. I have a rotary screw. I just haven't powered it on yet. Yeah, John, thanks for coming by and showing some cool stuff in the Discord and contributing to the discussion. It's a great time. Looking forward to checking it out, not on stream as well. If anyone's not in the Discord, there's a link down below, or I can post one here. It's growing. There's lots of good people on it. So people doing cool projects. I think it does have, yeah, I don't know. There's a macro button. It doesn't do anything. I'm not sure. I gotta look into it. I think it does support, yeah, macros. Awesome. Yeah, welcome aboard to the Discord. Yeah, I will keep this one original. I might put like some type of microcontroller on the RS-232 that has Wi-Fi on it, so I can just transfer them over without connecting a computer. Yeah, we're making these little spinning tops from my video. Um, just selling them for fun. They're nothing special, just a fun little thing that will support the channel if you buy one. So there's a link there if you want to get one. I'm machining these, and I've still got 4 bars to go, but I'm just stopping the stream for today, and I'll probably do those ones off stream. But I'm gonna try and do more streams soon. Yeah, SRAM memory, yeah, instead of the bubble. Yeah, I was looking into that. It has a warm-up time? Interesting. Maybe that's why I was having a weird issue at one point, but it went away. Awesome. Hey, Manuel. I appreciate it. Yeah, always interested to see what people are working on. I just said to join the Discord if you ever want to share stuff or have questions for me, or that's a great way to get in contact with me. Yeah, it's a fun little way to you know, for people to get a little trinket that I've made on this machine. The longer you keep it powered, interesting. Yeah, maybe that initial voltage jolt or something hurts them. Lots of chips to clean up. All right, it's 3 my time here. I'm gonna cut the stream off. If anyone has any last minute questions or suggestions or anything, let me know. I'm about to jump off, get this machine cleaned up, and then, yeah, did good. We made, I don't know how many we made today, I guess 60? That makes sense, I think. All right. It was good hanging out with everybody today. Thanks for coming out. Keep me, yeah, hanging out while I was keeping busy here, machining some stuff, and hope everyone enjoyed the stream. So I will see everyone next time, whenever that will be. I'll try to give more of a heads up, but I don't know if we'll do more machining or if I will just do something different, or maybe post-processing these parts. I have no idea. Can I remote into it? There's probably something, but yeah. Anyways, everyone, thanks for coming.